everyone, JSD Cool here, and welcome to another episode of Coolcraft Season 7. Now, in the last episode, I created the first shop for the season. Mind you, we are like halfway into the season or something like that now, so yeah, first shop just now. Now, I don't think anyone has actually been online since I opened this, but yeah, so this is a candy shop. We sell candy here. Now, this is all the stock I was able to create, because despite creating some supporting infrastructure in the last episode to build this, we clearly did not make enough supporting infrastructure. And we will be taking care of some more of that stuff later in this episode. But anyway, of course, before we can get on to doing anything in this episode, we have to do the episode, the sacrifice, this time with the, quote, more variety that was requested last time. Alright then, here we go, fast forwarding as usual. Alright. Okay, that looks a bit ominous, but all is good. Anyway, so the thing that we're primarily looking to do in today's episode, and the reason why I expanded out this whole area here, is because making that candy takes a lot, and I mean a lot of sugar. So all these sugar slots here that are empty, but basically to the left of the sugar here, that was all used to make what I just sent into the sacrifice there. That is a relative large amount of sugar, and I definitely cannot sustain the candy and stuff if that's the quantity of sugars necessary. So we're gonna have to build ourselves a sugarcane farm. So let's get some preparations going for that. And by preparations, I of course mean here's a time lapse of me building it. Alright, the sugarcane farm has been completed, and compared to last season, this is a long boy. Not very tall, but very long. I don't want to do tall buildings around here. Buildings around here have been much taller than I wanted them to be, but hopefully this shouldn't be too much of a pain to encase in something. And my plan currently, at least, is to have this encased in a separate building than this stuff here. Oh yeah, I kind of let the TNT there blast a hole in the ground, and also just put some walls around it so I don't fall in that hole. But yeah, now we actually have to build a storage system for this farm because, well, yeah, currently just dumps it on the ground right here. And now that I've done that, I'm going to AFK around this farm for a while to get a bunch of sugar. Alright, now that I have a fair amount of sugar, I think it's time that we actually get some stock for the shop. So, yeah, we're gonna need to grab a fair amount of these to make a single shulker box of these. In case it wasn't obvious, that is 6 shulker boxes of the sugarcane for 1 shulker box of this. So, yeah, that's a lot. Alright, so in comparison to this 1 shulker box of the apples that we were able to make with that much sugar, we made this much of the candy bars. So, likewise, when restocking the shop, there's going to be 4 times as expensive on the apple front as on the candy bar front. Speaking of which, let's get to the shop to do the restocking. Alright, Wandering Trader Llama seems to have wandered into the store and is trying to cover up the brand new pricing available now at the candy store. You see, we now have all these CBI bars only 32 for only 1 diamond. That's a, significant discount on what it was previously, because I don't remember the previous price. Oh, the Wandering Traders come inside. Anyhow, and over at the Candy Apples, we have 16 for 2 diamonds. That's like an eighth of the price or something like that of what it was previously. So come on down, things are on sale. It's crazy! Now that that has been dealt with and the shop is in good stock, it's time to do some work back here on the base. So obviously, we just added the sugarcane farm. But we should probably at least plan for what's happening next in terms of the buildings and such. And that is going to start with me removing a bunch of the temporary crap that I've just been piling into this area here. Alright, now doesn't that look so much cleaner in here when there's nothing stinking up this joint? Now the next step to this process would be planting grass, or I guess just placing a bunch of dirt and torches and hoping the grass spreads evenly across the surface. Alright, I've placed down a bunch of grass, or at least until I ran out of dirt, because it turns out, living in the end, I don't have very much dirt, and I have to go and dig it up from the overworld. But yes, all these frog lights here are so that the grass will spread properly. Hopefully that happens pretty shortly. Now, once this grass is actually finished spreading, I'm going to put some paths in this, for once the buildings are built. Okay, we now have path that goes round back here, and I've not decided if I want to do like a path in here yet, or if I just want to fill this with another building. Actually, could probably fill this actually with a small farm, so maybe leave that out. I did just realize that perhaps this shulker box loader for the sugarcane farm here isn't in the best of locations. Perhaps the other side would have been a better place for it. Oh well, I guess. Okay, so it turns out the next thing I'm doing is building a building around the apple farm here. As you can see, I've gotten, like, I guess, quote-unquote, the first story of it done. I've slowly started on the second story to probably be much the same, but think I'm going to need an extra story for this section. I'm going to do this section, maybe. But more importantly, after I started building, I noticed that the wall falls on the same block as this. So, yeah, that's kind of a problem. Alright, and from this angle, the finished product actually looks decent. And I guess that's all that matters. Now, you can see that there is the redstone block from the TNT duper kind of poking through the roof here. That was kind of an oversight that I built this just barely tall enough to chop right through the middle of the TNT duper, but that is completely fine. That is basically a third story on this building. It's kind of technically as tall as that, but also not. Anyhow, we actually did want to look directly at this building. This is what it looks like. It looks kind of weird now. It's partially due to the weird shape, because this side it might look like this, with, you know, those ribs and stuff, but if you go to the other side of the building, it looks different again! Because the side lengths were all different, and I did not plan well for this. But hey, at least, there's this, door-shaped hole here on this side of the building that I should put something in. Not entirely sure what. Oh, hey, I have this extra stair. Ooh. Convenient. And then that, the first building, actually kind of second, my storage system does. The first building to have proper access, but this is the second building to have proper access in here. Get in here, refuel the bone meal here, put, just AFK here to get more apples. Now, I don't have a way to get underneath to actually get at the apples. Actually, I guess I'll do that now. I figured it out. I need to put a door in this door-shaped hole. Why did I forget that? Anyhow, I have also now made a staircase to go underneath the base for the first time ever, an official way to get down here, mostly so I can access the apple storage here. But also, it does serve as a way for me to be able to access the honey storage over this way as well, so very convenient. Oh, whoa. That's a lot more than the last time I looked at that. Now, I want to extend the little sewer system that we got here. So, if you don't know, I have this little sewer system here, which is actually kind of the official way to put items into the storage system. I should make a better way to put shulker boxes of items into the storage system, but this is how I'm effectively supposed to put items into the storage system. It is accessed through these little trash cans on the surface here of my base. There are currently 2. But now that I have this big expansion over this way, I want to come and add another one maybe around about here. Alright, the sewer system has been extended out to here. Now, I've decided that stairs in the trash cans are unproductive in trying to shove items down the hole, as they just prevent more items from going down than they allow. But yeah, if we go underneath here, you can see the sewer. a little bit close to this hole, but thankfully far enough away that I don't think it should be different. To be fair, I'm more worried about those sides of this building being blown up, and if that happens, I'll deal with that when that happens. But yeah, sewer's been, this branch of the sewer here is what we extended out to there, and yeah, that is, I guess, the extension to the sewer that I wanted to do done. So, recently an old friend has decided to show their face again on the server. That is Flame, by the way. You probably don't remember him, because I don't remember him. No one remembers him. Anyhow. Sorry if that was overly harsh. But he did put pressure plates on the outside of his house, so I feel like that's somewhat warranted. But anyhow, I need to go and work on connecting this place up to the nether. Now, I flew out here just for this clip because I'm actually going to go to the nether side to do this, so... Alright, I made it to the village here. Oh, there's firefly bushes here. Single pixel fireflies. Yeah, this portal spawned in the middle of the path. I won't bother touching it. I'll let anyone who lives around here bother doing that. But in the nether side, I still have a lot of effort to do. This is just another act tunnel. I have to put ice on the floor. It won't be the blue ice of the tunnel that I had to split off of here. It'll just be the regular packed ice. But yeah, I gotta make it taller, and then at least for part of it down by the tunnel I've decorated, decorate the walls of it. So the tunnel is finished here now. Yeah, this is just a junk intersection here. Completely nondescript, and if you aren't looking for it, you will probably miss it. That is intentional, Tyler. And yeah, so it's pretty basic stuff, just same walls and roof as in there. I didn't put any end rods in here because I don't care that much about it. A little bit of a fade out into the tunnel here, and then it is just a raw netherrack and floor all the way down to the end here, which is, you know, the portal that links out there. And with that, that's the end of this episode. So I'm going to have to say thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Please make sure to leave a like on the video and subscribe. Check out my game, which is linked in the description, and I will see you all in the next episode of Coolcraft Season 7. Bye!